So, here we are, Monday morning again, and it's raining. And you know why? The heavens are crying for the poor little Manchester United fans who are not getting things all their own way. Well, you know what, Manchester United fans? There's an entire younger generation of Manchester United fans who remember what it used to be like, what it's like for pretty much everybody else that doesn't support Barcelona or Real Madrid or probably Bayern Munich. Attack, attack, attack. What about win, win, win? What more do you guys want? I mean, seriously, do you think you have a God-given right to play fantasy football every week and to thrash every team 4 or 5-0? Most teams would just be happy. I mean, okay, you will argue, we're not most teams. We're special because we're Manchester United. We don't even have a normal stadium. It's a theatre of dreams. Well, you know what? The rest of us reckon you're just as ordinary as everybody else. You've had an elongated time in the sun, way more than nearly any other club has enjoyed. You've enjoyed your success, great. But at the same time also accept the reasons for that success. That during that period you simply had pretty much more money than anybody else in England. Some other clubs have come along. You don't like the way they've done it. Maybe you think they've taken shortcuts. Okay, fair enough. I can go with that. But the fact is that you've got knocked off the top of the tree a little bit. I mean, hey, you're still second in the league, but that's not good enough. You've got one of Europe's greatest managers of the last 20 years. You've got a squad worth, I don't know, probably the equal of the amount of debt that the Glazers loaded onto your club. That's something you have an entitlement to grump about, in my opinion. But certainly not your team. You're on top of your Champions League group. You're second in the league. You've kept, I don't know how many clean sheets. But oh no, that's not good enough. Attack, attack, attack. I'll tell you what, Manchester United fans, you should try joining the real world and seeing how it really is out there. But there's something that you can always rely on with you know, the average British football fan, and that is a good healthy dose of xenophobia. And it never reaches anything like the crescendo that it's capable of reaching when it gets to Derby Day. We had it with the Manchester Derby the other week. It's not the same. The players don't understand. They weren't born round the corner. And it was the same with the North London Derby yesterday, which was terrible, by the way. But it's nothing to do with where the players come from. By all means, have your derbies, stuff them full of people that were born down the road, and you know what, you can play yourself out in the whatever conference or whatever non-league entity you want to play in, and you can get booted out of Europe while it's still July as you get knocked out in the first qualifying round of some other ludicrous competition which they have yet to think up. Foreign players have in many ways been what's made the Premier League. You think of, you know, some of the greatest players down the years: Eric Cantona, Dennis Bergkamp, Gianfranco Zola, Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, you could just go on and on and on. Luis Suarez is a more recent example. Didier Drogba. But oh no, they weren't born down the street. Well, the thing is, English football fans, you want all the money that comes from all around the world, the entire globe, watching your product. But yet, you want it all for you, and you want ticket prices to be the same. You want all the players to come and say from around the corner. You don't want anything to have changed, yet you want to watch all the best players and have all the glamour and, you know, everything else that goes with it, but yet you don't want to give anything at all to anyone else. And the notion that a player could identify with a club and that he's trying his absolute heart out on a pitch, but because he doesn't come from just around the corner, means that it's impossible for him to really, really care. Well, I'll tell you what, I've seen lots of local players come through lots of youth systems in the UK, and they're generally rubbish. There's a reason that there are so many foreign players, because generally they're better. It's seriously this small-minded logic. It's not even, because it's not even logical. I mean, Manchester City fans, are you really telling me that you'd rather not have Yaya Toure, Sergio Aguero, David Silva in your team. Arsenal yesterday, okay? Everyone goes on about, how many foreign players, this, that, and the other. I mean, look at the best players, Sanchez and Ozil. Well, neither of them were really born under the shadow of Highbury or the Emirates. And as for Spurs, I mean, we've all hung our hat, pinned our colours to the Harry Kane mast. He's one of us. Well, I'll tell you what, he ain't that good. And your best player, Christian Eriksen, well, he's from Denmark. Seriously, guys, it's a global game. And, there's such a thing nowadays as a global citizen. Knock yourself out with all your parochial stuff, and if it really is the most important thing for you to just beat your neighbours, well, that's why, for instance, Spurs, you're going to keep coming fifth every year. And I have to say, it really is the fans who are getting to me this week. I had to listen to over the weekend Southampton fans gloating, getting all on their high horses, because you know what? They beat Sunderland. But you know what? You could round up a pack of 11 Huskies and they'd beat Sunderland at the moment. So I don't know what Southampton fans are getting quite so high and mighty about at the moment. These were the same Southampton fans I seem to remember about a week into the season who thought they were going to get relegated. Southampton fans, I remember when you were pretty rubbish as well. Back down in the old third division. It wasn't quite so long ago, hey? And then a rich benefactor came along and whoops, everything's fine again, hey? What short memories we have. Well, I'll tell you what, Southampton fans, I reckon that's 15 love to me. You're open to reply in any manner you want. You could even do a rap, eh? Now, of course, a Monday rant wouldn't be a Monday rant without getting really stuck into the players. Now, one of the things I can't figure out is why Wednesday, Saturday is okay, but Thursday, Sunday causes so much consternation. I mean, one of the most odd things I think has been introduced into football since the start of the Premiership was Monday night football. No one ever played on a Monday night. That was, for soap operas or something. So why Thursday has just become the mother of all evils in football? Liverpool being case in point. Good performance against Ruben Kazan, come back, fluff the lines against Palace. Something just should have had a lot of money, and it was always going to happen. Wednesday, Saturday, same amount of days in between as Thursday, Sunday. Yet, every time someone plays on Thursday, they have to lose on Sunday. Professional footballers, I had to have my pasta on a Saturday instead of a Friday. But I'll tell you what, us mere mortals, when we have a public holiday, we manage to sleep in just fine, the same as if it was a normal Saturday or Sunday. We can adapt our working weeks to having days off or doing things on different days. Why can't you guys do it? Honestly, pampered prima donnas. Basically, what I think we should all do is that every time a team plays away in Europe on a Thursday, let's just get on the other team to because we just know that they're going to win on the Sunday. It is just so predictable, so boring, and I'm just over the whole thing.